Have you ever wanted a golf simulator, but the only place you have for it is where you park your car?
Well, in today's video, we're gonna show you guys how to build a retractable golf simulator so you can park your car and then take it out when you wanna play golf. Let's get into it.
So my responsibility today is taking care of the flooring and the turf. So as you know, your garage is used for storage, so we're gonna have to start off by clearing this space out to make room.
And while Ryan's setting the flooring up, I'm gonna be building the retractable golf simulator from the Sports Screen Company. Now guys, they are the industry leader in retractable golf simulators. And while we pride ourselves in showing you how to DIY everything, like you've seen in our home golf simulator here, there are just too many pieces to do an electronically controlled retractable sim full DIY. So you're going to want to go with a proven company like the Sports Screen so you can keep your enclosure safe and make sure it is premium quality.
And last little twist here, guys. The thing is, we want to finish this video for Bradley Shanks before he gets home, so we only have 3 hours to do so. So we're really gonna have to make this quick so that by the time he gets home, he'll be surprised to a nice new retractable simulator.
And guys, you guys have seen Bradley Shanks on the channel, okay? He needs it.
I am dead inside.
He needs this to improve his golf game.
First step here, guys, once everything is cleared out of the garage, you're gonna wanna just start sweeping and cleaning out anything so that we can start laying those foam tiles down. And side note, Bradley Shanks, we gotta get a bigger broom than this. All right, now that the floor is cleared, we're gonna hop on to step 2. So we gotta put a bunch of these foam 1-inch pads down on the floor. So we're gonna lay them all out, interlock them to fill up this whole ground right here. As you can see, all of the foam tiles have been laid down, 9 by 6. Now we're moving on to the turf.
So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna roll this out, make it a little bit wider, and we're gonna make a rough cut. So we're gonna make a cut that's wide enough to get the width, and then we'll line it up and cut it precisely to the edge. Guys, get yourself one of these. We'll link it down below in the description. It like flies through cutting turf. Don't go through the pain of like using a razor blade or a knife or whatever. All right guys, this is future Jock Buston. I'm gonna narrate through this right now so you guys can do this very quickly where it took us a little bit of time. So first things first, you are going to need to figure out how to configure the wall mounts to hold your enclosure. Here are the 4 possibilities. And to make it simple, if you are attaching a wall mount to your ceiling, you want to build your mount in a way that the small piece sticking out points parallel to your screen. If you are mounting off the back wall, use mount 3, in the sidewall, mount 4. We had a combination of sidewall and ceiling mount, and we decided to go with these mounts here. Now, building these mounts is difficult if you don't listen close, so listen up. First, we need to build it so it can be mounted to a wall. To do that, start with your longest aluminum piece and attach the L bracket by taking this piece on the left, sliding it into the side of the aluminum that has 1 slot. Put the L bracket over top of that piece, then put the screw in and tighten. Repeat this 4 times until this long piece has the ability to be mounted to a wall or ceiling. Next, and this is probably the hardest part, you need to start combining the aluminum pieces to build your configuration. Now to do that, you'll notice that the 2 smaller pieces have 2 screws already in it, and that will slide into your larger piece. Then simply tighten these 2 screws sticking out by using an Allen wrench, but be warned, this part is very hard. To get this screw in properly, there is an indent you need to line up perfectly, and that indent will rotate as you slide your aluminum piece into the longer one. So here's a pro tip on how to get that to work. Pro tip is you gotta make sure these are aligned enough when you tighten the screw, this gets just really down and tight. And then when you wanna slide it on, you gotta barely loosen it so it still stays kind of within the hole that it screws into. Once you've built your wall mounts, we have one more step we need to complete before we mount this to the ceiling, and that is installing these black angle brackets properly. The wall mounts that will hold your impact screen and your sidewall will have 2 mounted like this. You install these the same way you installed the L brackets earlier by sliding the piece on the left through the slot, putting the angle bracket over top, and then screwing the screw into the bracket and the piece you just put into the slot. Do this 3 to 4 times until the bracket is secure. Do this for your second black angle bracket, and then grab your 2 wall mounts that are not holding the impact screen and just holding the sidewalls, and secure 1 bracket to those. Now these angle brackets will hold your rollers that have the screen and sidewalls. To hold the rollers properly, there are 2 options. The side that doesn't have any cables sticking out is the non-motorized side, and we'll utilize this mount here, which can be built by doing this. I have I think a hex wrench here to get the nut here, and then on the bottom side to hold the screw into place, I have the Allen wrench that came with it. And the side that will hold the motorized part of the roller, aka the part where the cable sticking out, will be assembled by doing this.
So we're attaching this piece to the end of the motorized impact screen roller here. So you'll see this piece here. You can see this part fits right in here like that. So then that goes in here, and then quick show you what we already did. This piece will go on this black board here, and then you'll take these, which come in the bag with this, and then put the bolt through here, and then flip to the other side, and you'll see the nut, and then you just tighten that.
And then when you finally attach these to the wall, you'll put this through it, and there's this like, I forget what these are called, but basically a hitch pin, and you push it through, and then it keeps it from coming out.
Now guys, we have one more step. We need to get these rollers assembled, and then we can finally mount this all to the ceiling. Your rollers that hold the sidewall should be all good to go, but you will need to construct your center roller by lining up these 3 pieces here and screwing them together. Now we can finally install the ceiling, wall mounts, and rollers. Now before you screw everything in, use your rollers you've built to get an approximation of how far apart the wall and ceiling mounts should be, and you can start screwing these into the ceiling. Very important, if your mount looks like this, you are unable to adjust it up and down after screwing it in, so make sure to measure properly and install at the correct height, which you can find here in the manual based on the vanish enclosure you buy.
All right, we're in crunch time. We got an hour and a half left before Bradley Shanks gets home. We have the pieces constructed. Now we need to screw them into the ceiling, and then we got to figure out what's left from there. So we're getting close. We're getting close here. Ryan, what are the odds at right now?
If I was a betting man, which I am, I would guess that by the time Bradley Shanks gets here, we are not fully completely done.
So got to make sure the distance is exactly right. You can adjust these, slide it back and forth, and now I think the boys are just about perfect.
Make sure to put your hose clamp over this part and tighten it to keep that in place. Then you put your motorized end into the other side, then put the cotter pin in to lock that in place. Now you're ready to attach your impact membrane, which goes behind your impact screen. Velcro this to your largest roller bar. Then once that's Velcroed, take the weighted fiberglass bar and feed it through the bottom so there is some weight to hold it down. Now we're going to repeat this process for your side screens, and we'll use the black metal pipes at the bottom to weigh down our side screens.
All right, big update. We called Zoe, the wife of Brad, and she is delaying his arrival. So instead of 4:30, it's gonna be like 5:36, and we might be able to get this done.
Now, unfortunately, guys, we worked until it got dark out, but we weren't quite able to get it done, which means Bradley Shanks found out he's getting a golf simulator. The good news, we kept him from looking at it, and we're gonna finish it up in the morning.
All right, so attaching the impact screen, guys, you're gonna have to lower the back barrier here low enough to see the Velcro. The top part of the Velcro on the impact screen is going to attach there. And then I'm guessing that this Velcro, the part slightly below it, will attach to the ceiling so you can have all your gaps closed. Next, we're gonna attach the ceiling tarp. So there's a couple of things we're gonna need. This thing, which we've used earlier, that slides into our bracket so we can screw into it. And then we need this eye hook, and that will get screwed in, and that will attach to these kind of, you can twist them and it will tighten them. What are these called? These are like these are like roll up hooks. I'm not exactly sure the precise name for them, but essentially what we do is we put ours on the inside of each bracket. Then you're going to attach the hooks, and then you'll tighten so that you can still roll your screens now, but this top is protecting in a good way. And it's okay if there's a little gap there, I think, because you're gonna have another Velcro kind of attachment to close all the gaps. Next, we had to pair the remote. You need to pair this right when you plug it in. So you plug your motor in, it will like kind of move and vibrate twice. As soon as it does that, you need to hold the up and down buttons on the remote for 2 seconds, and then within 10 seconds, press the stop button, and then it will pair. You'll know if it's pairing because it will be able to move, right, when you press the remote. But you gotta be careful because this will run continuously. So you gotta set your upper limit so it doesn't go past a certain mark, and then you gotta set your lower limit. So we're gonna do that right now.
Now the process to set the limits for how far up and down it can roll can be found here. And you'll just need to follow the button command for these steps to get your screen limit set. Now let's take a quick pause to admire our work. If you use your remote, you can now officially roll up and down your screens, and the retractable piece is all finished.
All right, guys, and probably the coolest part, we got it hooked up to Brad's Amazon Alexa, so check this out. Hey Alexa, let's play golf.
And then our last and final step is we need to close these gaps so no balls can get through.
We're getting to the final pieces here. This is the side panel attachments. So they're gonna go in between your impact screen and your side panel screen. just for that extra layer of security so that any balls don't obviously go through the corner here.
Now guys, we have finished building the retractable enclosure, but a few more steps here. First, we have to decide what launch monitor Brad wants. Now, Brad has tested out everyone at our facility. The one he has loved the most and just gives the most data and is the most consistent that he would pick, I've asked him before, is the Flightscope Mevo Plus. Now, we barely have enough room here to fit the Mevo Plus. If he didn't have that option, he might go for something like a Garmin R50, maybe a SkyTrak Plus, as that allows you to put the unit right beside you so you don't need as much depth. So if you are someone who's strapped on kind of depth in your garage and you only have, let's say instead of 18 feet back, you only have 14, you might want to go with one of those other options that sit behind you. All right guys, so next up we have a couple of options for how you could use the impact screen. If you didn't want a projector and you just were trying to be on a budget, you could play off your iPad. So you could literally just hook your device up to an iPad and be playing courses. But if you do have a projector, there's two routes you can go. So once you have that projector installed to the ceiling, make sure you research a little bit into projectors and how far away they need to be to fill the screen, because that's important. But once you have that projector installed, then you could still go off a phone or an iPad. You could use a Thunderbolt cable, HDMI to the projector, so you wouldn't have to buy a computer, or you can go with the computer. Either way, you're gonna need to find a way to connect it to that projector.
Guys, we're finally done with the build, which is exciting, and that means we get to the good part of it all, which means we get to finally start swinging the club.
Oh dang, that sucked.
All right guys, simulator's officially done. Bradley Shanks just got home. We're gonna go get him. We're gonna show him his new simulator. And then we got a little surprise. He's getting the sports screen, obviously, like that's his, but he's also gonna get a chance to win a Mevo Plus. He has to do bogey or better on the first hole. So again, if you guys wanna get sports screen, Mevo Plus, any of those products, code and links below in the description to get it as cheap as possible. Let's go surprise Brad. What up?
Hey, yo, what's up, GolfBusters?
You ready to check this sim out?
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited. Let's see what's got going on out here. Dude, I'm liking it so far.
Here you go, bro.
Dude, that thing is clean. Icy, as the kids say.
Fully retractable. I think your car might still fit in here with it down.
Dude. The truck's long, but we'll see what happens.
All right, we got Bradley Shanks' first shots in his new retractable simulator, and we got to deal with him. We got the Flightscope Mevo Plus. Flightscope said he gets to keep this if he gets a bogey or better on the first hole. So not too hard. Might be hard for Bradley Shanks.
Not gonna be hard for Bradley Shanks.
Okay, Brad, you got a 352 par 4. It's doglegging right. Oh, that was good.
Bob.
All right, bogey.
Bogey or better.
Okay, Brad, you got 100 yards to the pin. It's at the back of the green. So you want to be 100 or a little short.
Okay.
Hey, if you get on the green, you get the Mevo.
I'm gonna be on the green then, boys and girls. Oh, that could be it. That could be it,
Pulled
baby.
it a little left. Oh! Oh, you flew over.
Okay.
104
okay.
carry. You get on, you pretty much got it.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh
That
my
went
gosh.
Right. That went right. Oh no.
I mean, you got to get into a one putt. You got 30 yards, Brad.
30 yards?
Yep, you got 33. Oh, that could be good. That's
Be it.
15, 9, 8, 7, 6. Here,
Okay,
stand
I'll
in
come
there,
down to
stand
this.
in there. 5-footer, let's see. Is it auto one putt? One putt.
Let's go, baby.
There we go.
The Mevo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Go, dude.
Woo! And just like that, guys, that's how you build a retractable golf simulator.
If you're looking to get one of these retractable simulators as cheap as possible, be sure to check the discount codes and links below. See you next video.